Check 21 explains the whole
Okay.
process of someone taking and giving me a new
Okay, can you
negotiable
read?
instrument.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What a pleasure to be with you again. Today I've got another outrageous attempt at the city of somewhere shutting down this guy's First Amendment right to make comments at a city council meeting or something like that. Anyways, it's behavior that shouldn't be tolerated, and let's take a look at it. This is Press for Transparency doing his auditing thing. Enjoy.
Okay, Adam Howell. Here you go. So this public comment is for items, go ahead, not considered under our agenda this evening. Please limit discussion to 3 minutes. Let us know if you are a resident of the city and direct your comments to council, and we will not respond from the dais.
Well, it appears Press for Transparency has bought a clone of some type of professional camera. Brought it off Amazon probably for 75, 80 bucks. But it's big, that's all that counts. It's like a little man wearing a 454 Magnum on his hip. It makes him feel really big and important. Let's see what important things this gentleman has to say to the public.
Okay. Hi, my name is Adam Howell. I live on Avenida del Sol. I'm a resident. The problem I have with how city officials are treating residents recently is that they appear to ignore, disregard, or misinterpret First Amendment rights.
Now listen very carefully about what he's about to complain on and his admission of possible guilt in the situation. It's stunning how dumb these people are.
Recently, city officials made claims through their friends at the establishment press that a local resident was harassing and intimidating public officials by emailing the city over 3,000 times. First, there is no limit to the amount of emails that a resident can send to the city to redress their grievances with city officials or city policies.
Did you catch that, folks? Somebody has been emailing the city council over 3,000 times. This guy's only been around for a couple of years. I haven't sent 3,000 emails in my whole entire 69-year life. I've never sent that many emails to anyone. What is wrong with this guy? He's just basically admitting to it, that he did it.
Redressing your grievances is part of the First Amendment. The First Amendment gives us the right to petition our government for the redress of grievances. So how do we get to the point where city officials could get away with distorting and converting a citizen's First Amendment rights into a crime?
You know, at first I thought he accidentally confessed to a crime there, in my opinion, harassment. But then I realized he's reading from a script. He actually wrote this down before he went to the meeting so he could get it right. I mean, come on, man.
Look out for the disdain for and ignorance that public officials have for our First Amendment rights. A common acronym for remembering the 5 freedoms of the First Amendment is the acronym RAPS. Religion, assembly, press, petition, and speech. Ask your public servants if they know what those 5 freedoms are, and you may get a surprising answer.
You can see the interest in this topic that the city council has if you watch them. The red-headed gal there, she was doing her hair, and this guy over here on the left is sitting there with his thumb in his mouth. He's sucking his thumb. He's gone back to 4 years old. He just can't take it. And the guy down here in the corner is like, he's like hypnotized by this guy. It's like, what the hell is he talking about?
Public officials trying to convert our First Amendment rights to crimes is prevalent among city police as well.
I've been coerced by cops from video recording in public buildings and from sidewalks in Durango under the guise and deceptive premise of harassment,
privacy, and trespassing. That's your secret government hard at work in an attempt to chill our First Amendment rights. Where's the transparency with our matters of extreme public interest?
Conspiracies, extreme public interest. The post office is extremely interesting to the public. We want to see more pamphlets.
Press for transparency.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else who would like to comment virtually?
Amazing stuff. That's not one of his better videos. I'm going to show you him. He goes to a domestic violence call. I guess he heard it on the scanner or something because he's all prepped up with his scanner and all that sort of thing. He's going to go to a domestic violence call and get confronted by one of the people there, and it's funny as hell.
We'll go do this guy next. What's up, bro?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? I can't touch you. Why you want to be such a loser? You have nothing better to do?
I'm afraid that giant clone camera isn't going to help you out here, buddy. You're scared shitless. Look at him shaking. He's shaking like a leaf.
You're alive right now, you know that? That's great. You guys are all losers. What are you guys fucking doing?
You don't even know me, man. Why would you say that?
Because you're a faggot. What are you doing here inviting my privacy?
There's privacy on a sidewalk.
Yeah, I know. What are you doing for it? Why are you here?
I'm doing a story, but I have no questions or I have no interest in finding out what's going on here. I just want to stand here with my camera, my big camera.
Go back on your property and... How about you leave my property and I'll fucking break your face in 12 different pieces. That's why you won't leave it, huh? Dude. Step inside that way. No,
This next video is going to be a sovereign citizen trying to cash $1 million check made to Fidelity Trust, which is Chip Smith is the guy who's trying to cash the check, and Fidelity is him. He is Fidelity. He wrote a bogus $1 million check. He deposited it in this bank. The bank got the check back, said this is no good, and now he's trying to convince the teller that the check is good and she has to pay him. And of course she doesn't, but it's an interesting journey. Let's check it out.
Okay, so I sent you a copy of the check as well. He deposited the check. Okay, he made an investment to Fidelity of $1 million. They did not get the check.
No, they got it. They got the funds. They got everything.
The funds, but they returned the funds back to him, and no one returned the funds back to you. Where are the funds at?
Where are the funds? That's the question.
If you're not sure what Chip Smith here is trying to do, he's trying to take $1 million out of his secret government account that the government opens for you from your birth certificate and saves all that money. And he's trying to cash a check for $1 million, and they threw it back at him and said, no, this is bogus, and this lady doesn't understand what's going on, so let's check it out.
Okay, then how are we as a bank going to negotiate?
That's a separate. It's in the Check 21 Act. If the Act will explain everything. This is a whole separate legal check.
I understand that, but the funds have to be, the check has to be negotiated somehow for us to be able to honor
that's why you have to you deposit it, and it has to be dishonored under a protest. I know the whole. I mean,
and then once it's protested,
that's a legal instrument. You know that it's legal. It tells you that. So there's nothing else to say after that.
It's yeah, but if we don't have the $1 million, you're not going to have
how do
access
you know?
to it.
You have to submit it
We have
in order
to submit it in order, and then it will be.
That's the way check banking goes. How would you know if you don't submit the check?
I know, but ultimately, if we don't get the funds, neither do you.
It sure seems to me like Chip here might be trying to commit bank fraud, trying to get $1 million out of the bank that doesn't exist. I don't know, I may be wrong, it's just my opinion, but that's what it sounds like to me.
That's just the way it goes, if that's the way it is, but law dictates how it goes.
Okay.
The whole process.
We'll submit the check as is in accordance.
That's cash. That check is cash, basically. It's a replacement of the cash that was taken.
Right, but
It just blows my mind that, I mean, you guys are in banking, you've been doing this for a long time. The act is right here. The act tells you, so all of the questions are answered through the act.
I know, but
The whole banking transaction, the whole process.
You're not gonna have access to the money if we don't get it.
I don't know how many people use checks anymore to buy stuff. A lot of people do it, you know, with their phones. Some people do it, you know, just online and stuff like that. I still write one check a month for my mortgage. And when somebody writes me a check, I got a check from somebody for $102 a couple of weeks ago. I went and put it in the bank. The funds aren't available for like 10 to 12 days because they have to send the check out, which is what this lady did. Sent the check to the bank that issued it. It came back as, we don't know what the hell this is. And so they didn't get the money from that check. The bank didn't get the money from that check. So they're not going to give him the money that they didn't get from where he said that the money was. It's just stupid. Why is he doing this? I don't get it.
That's the whole, listen, I know the whole process of depositing checks
Do you understand all this?
Of course y'all do. It's in the act. This is law. This is not like me making it up.
Okay, now there is, okay, it was returned to him. All right, so here is what she's saying, is that it's paid to the order of fidelity. So we're not gonna be able to negotiate because it's not in your name.
That is not, the account is my name.
The account is his name. Where is the account?
This whole account is my name. It's it's drawn from my account. The Fidelity account is my account. Everything is my account. I just showed you the receipt.
I know, but we have to do it legally.
That is legal, everything.
He's saying that it's legal for us to take this check because it was returned to him. Or he wrote it out to Fidelity. I know, I'm trying to understand this.
It's check 21. This explains it.
Yes, Chip, you're gonna baffle them with your bullshit. It's not gonna work, Chip. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna get your $1 million. He's not gonna give it to you. You can stand there for another half an hour or an hour or whatever it is, which you will do, and you're not gonna get any money out of these people because they know it's a ripoff or they're starting to get the idea.
It's not. Yes. This is weird. Check 21 explains the whole process of someone taking and giving me a new negotiable instrument.
Can you redeposit it with Fidelity and then have a check issued to you so that you would be able to negotiate it with us?
No, ma'am, he can't do that because it doesn't exist. The account, the money doesn't exist, only in his head. I mean, I think he really believes this stuff. This Sovcit stuff. He must have either bought or is a guru for the sovereign citizen movement, and he knows he's got a secret bank account somewhere. I'm speeding right ahead here, right to the end where he doesn't get paid.
I was telling you about the debt that's held by the United States and tells you who the principal is. So that debt is owed to me as a principal, so I can never be a debtor in this system.
That's pretty much the end of the video. I cut out about 20 minutes of it. He was there for nearly an hour trying to convince them that they owed him $1 million for a bogus check on an account that doesn't exist. The check was written to Fidelity something, and he's Fidelity, but he can't prove he's Fidelity, and they don't have the money to give him, and it's all a big scam, and he did not get paid. I can guarantee you that. Anyway, that's the video, folks. Hope you enjoyed. You all have a great day. Love you all. Bye.